When Africans are referred to in the Jesuit letters as Negros de Guinea, means Negroes of Africa. But when they say Negros de Terra, they're talking about the American black Indians that they met when they arrived here. You see? Because it's all washed over at this point, folks. But this is a caricature, a drawing of a native Brazilian in J. Oglesby's book. And this man, Manuel de Nobrega, 1517 to 1570, said to his colleagues in Spain and Portugal of the insane practices that they were doing here in the Americas. They were intermixing with native black Indians, producing the mestizos, the lighter-skinned Brazilians in the Americas, the lighter-skinned Indians, you see? Because they were black in all the books that I've read, and I've read many for many years. And the book, I questioned. I seen the article and I said, I don't know. Let me see if I can find the book. And it took me a while. But I found it. Sometimes little things get in your way, but you get back to it and you finish it. You see, because in Brazil, this was when all this happened years ago. Early 1500s, mid 1500s. And in the book, his book, it actually said that. You see, he referred to them as blacks and Indians, not separate, together. Manuel de Nobrega, the leader of the Jesuits, addressed a letter from Bahia to Simão Rodrigues in Lisbon, in which he refers to the Portuguese in Brazil as living in sin because of their having relations with the Negras and lots of children by the said black women. So they wanted to, I would imagine, bury this fact, but I wanted to point it out because Negros de Terra means blacks of the land, of the Americas. And Negros de Guinea, or Negros de Hindustan, or Negros de Australia means from those lands. It's specific to the Negro people of the land. And I question the whole slavery mantra when I read it. You see, because the Spanish and Portuguese were busy enslaving in the Americas. Columbus was the first. He took 1,500 after the Spanish and Portuguese had unalived over 1.5 million in the islands, you see. And he took 500 of them, I read 600, but 500, back to Spain with him. So, like I said, I question the whole thing, you see, because this man, David Eltis, did a workup on all the slave records, where they came from, where they were going, and the records were skewed all over the place. And he couldn't account for names, where they picked them up, who they were. Some left blank, right? And he only accounted for 370,000 to 470,000 Africans that were brought into America via these so-called slave ships from 1619 up until 1776. So where did they come from? Well, a main majority of them came from Brazil, such as Antonio Johnson, that everybody says, oh, he owned slaves. Nah, he was enslaved and brought to the Americas. So is it easier to think that they're going to keep going to Africa and then come back to the Americas and sell the slaves? Or is it easier to go from Spain through the Azores, because they wiped those people out? They were called Moors, blacks, to the Americas, and then back again with the booty, the profit. And then after that, others joined in. Here's some photos that they have in South America and Mexico of what happened, you see? And this is what they did. These are actual photos, folks. And this is why we're hating on one another today, believing a different story than what the truth is. And the truth is, they enslaved primarily the black-skinned natives in America. Thank you very much. If you like what you see in here, please give me a like and subscribe, as I will be providing other videos. Thanks.